Firstly, role expectation. This is a clear statement to the individual of what their job is and what functional activities the job is expected to cover. It should ideally be a written document in the form of a job specification and may include, but not be limited to, some or all of the following elements: a job title, job requirements, which may include job-specific qualifications, specialist skills, and similar, an indication of preferred experience, and finally, some expectation of educational requirements if appropriate. The purpose of this document is for the individual and the manager to be in no doubt as to the requirements of a role, what the job requires. It also allows the individual or the manager to identify any qualification or training gaps that an individual may have and to put plans in place to manage or close such gaps. Job specifications should not contain vague or woolly language, as this could lead to confusion or result in an individual being given a role for which they're not suited, or which does not make the best use of their talents. Next, responsibility expectation. This usually takes the form of a set of terms of reference, or TORs. TORs are a description of how an individual is expected to put the formal requirements set out within a job specification into practice in the workplace. As such, it does not have to be as rigid as a job specification. It is this document which allows for flexibility as to how an individual is to fulfill the role to which they have been assigned, and which allows the manager and the individual scope for negotiation and compromise within the overall job specification. Next, any specific achievements that the individual is expected to attain during the course of their employment in the role. These could include tasks, professional development milestones, or educational or vocational qualifications, for example. This component of any performance framework is often the least well understood, and as a result can sometimes be forgotten, but it is key to successful performance on the part of an individual, and the successful performance management of that individual on the part of the leadership and management practitioner. So what is it? In simple terms, this is an opportunity for the manager to have an early conversation with a member of staff as to their view of a role and the manager's particular expectations of the individual fulfilling that role. It is a chance for the manager to offer guidance, usually drawing on their own experience, from the outset to set the tone for how an individual is expected to perform and what expectations the individual should have of the manager. It is also a chance to explain why the role is important to the organisation it sits within and to describe the role in terms of organisational success. In some organisations, this process is known as the fireside chat and is the chance for the manager and the individual to add their personal flavour to the more formal job specification and terms of reference documents. There is, I'm afraid, no template for this discussion. It can be verbal or written, short or long, but whatever form it takes, it should happen.